lot of things, you know, defensive-wise, dribbling-wise. Learning, you know, the college level, you know what I'm saying, the picks and the rolls and all them type of things like that. Also his body, you know what I'm saying, get a little bit more stronger, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of ways he can get better.
Mr. Langford, I thought that's why I answered this question. Like, what makes you really right for Romeo to go to Indiana?
Like I said, the style of the offense. And that was very important, Romeo. He can see himself in that offense and then really having that ball in his hand to create, but not just for himself but for others. That would make his decision.
You said it yourself that the reason behind doing the announcement here at New Albany was kind of because of the fans and how supportive that they've been. How meaningful is it that a lot of those fans are going to get to stay in-state, follow his career, and be there to Assembly Hall to support him in his IU career?
Well, since he made that decision to go to Indiana, I think it's great. I think it's great for the state of Indiana. You know what I mean? I'm very happy. You know what I mean? So that he made that, he made everybody happy. You know what I mean? But the main thing, he made himself happy. So with that said, we're just looking forward to it.
Tim, he made the decision and didn't even tell you for a couple of days.
No, he didn't tell none of it. We just had that meeting on the 28th, and that's when he revealed where he was going to go. One thing I can tell you, he said at the beginning of the process, Indiana wasn't his choice. He didn't say who was his choice or not. But he said, Dad, it's funny how long we dragged this out, that Indiana wasn't my choice at first. But I guess as time went, he's seen some things from the other school that made him say Indiana.
As a parent, are you looking forward to him continuing his career at Indiana?
Yes, I'm looking forward to, you know, continuing his career at Indiana. You know what I mean? That's the school of his choice. So we're looking forward to it.
As a parent, what do you like about him, though?
What I like about Indiana?
His caring.
Well, I really don't know too much about Indiana. You know what I mean? Other than Bobby Knight, you know what I mean? I'm kind of new. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually from Atlanta, so I ain't really. I can say one thing about me: I'm not caught up in the Indiana, Kentucky, Louisville thing. It ain't about all that. It's just about my son going to a university and getting himself better. So I'm gonna learn as we go. It's a learning experience for me for Indiana.
Timmons, you got the IU wasn't in the conversation initially. What brought them into the conversation? What was the difference maker in bringing them in?
I don't know. I just know what he said. I'm just thinking because really. It wasn't a surprise, but at the same time it was in a way because, you know, not, you know, trying to read myself, but we never did really talk about it. So I'm like, I really didn't know which way he was going, you know what I mean? Because he had one of the players that grinds at Kansas that he was real close with. Then he had Garland down in Vanderbilt. I'm like, well, you can see yourself, you know, with Garland, you know, best backcourt, you know, it's kind of hard to, you know, to knock that, you know, them two handling the ball. And then Grind a good passer, then they got the other kid, Dawson was in there. So at the same time, I know Indiana got Finney, and I'm like, I like that kid, you know what I mean? I remember back, you know, in sophomore year we played him in the state, and how he done grow, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all three of them have got good players, you know what I mean? Indiana might have the McDonald's players, but at the same time they got some good players.
Tim, was that the conversation you had with Romeo when he told you? Did you guys did you give him that feedback? Or
yeah, I mentioned that because I mentioned about each player like I just announced. You know, I'm like, you know, I like Grind, and I like Garland, but like I said, I also like Finney too. And I say you can't go wrong with either of the three. You know what I mean? Because Finney, you know, like I said, he can defend. He's a true point guard in my eyes. You know what I mean? And that's why I want Romeo with a true point guard. So I'm like, and he also scored the ball. So I'm like, you can't go wrong if you pick Indiana.
Right.
So that's what, you know, when it came out, that's what he said, IU.
What in particular you took over, you mentioned you wanted to recruit more in-state kids. He's got Finney, Demese, and Romeo. Was that at all a factor, an in-state kid playing for Indiana and what it can do for Indiana's program?
Well, once again, it's about my son, you know what I mean? That's just me speaking as a father. I just want to make sure he was going somewhere that he was comfortable going, you know what I mean? Like you said, they're going to push him and motivate him, but at the same time, be a mentor, you know what I mean? And get him better. So for us, once again, in them schools he would have chose, he could have made them schools even better too. So he chose IU. I'm just looking forward to it.
What about Archie?
You mentioned after the Northwestern game when I talked to you just about when Romeo went up there and one of the feedback he got from watching Archie behind just how he makes the guys better and how he pushes them. How big do you think that was for him to go to that game and see that and kind of getting over the hump? You know, this is what I want to do.
I think that was a big plus right there. You know what I mean? We went to a visit, but we didn't see all that. We went to the Hoosier Historical, but that wasn't a real competition game. But at the same time, by him actually going to see them actually play, and I asked him, was you right behind the bench? Did you see Coach Miller, how he coach, how he interact with the players? And that's very important, how we just trying to pay attention to them type of thing. He said, Dad, he said, really he was coaching them up the whole game, but he said for us, the players, they was kind of hesitant of shooting the ball. And I said, at the second half, they started shooting the ball when they should have been shooting in the first half, and that's how they end up opening the game up and going out the second half.
Mr. Langford, can you remember a moment during the process with Indiana where you could see it in Romeo's eyes that for the first time it clicked and it was like, all right, Indiana's in the mix?
I could never see it. You know, I didn't see it. You know what I mean? I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see it till he actually announced it on the 28th. You know what I mean? I couldn't read my son on that. You know what I mean? I couldn't actually read him because he had just, you know, came back from the McDonald's, the Jordan brand, and the Hoop Summit, and playing with the other two guys that I was telling you about. You know what I mean? I didn't know what they were saying in his ears or what. You know what I mean? I didn't know the conversation when they were having. Also, he said he had a conversation with finishes too, so he always stayed in contact too. So I really couldn't tell which way he was leaning.
And who was your pick?
I can't say that because I didn't.
Come on.
No, I can't. No.
So, what is it about Archie Miller's coaching style that you feel like that he's going to get the most out of your son and help him reach his max potential?
Well, like I said, he's a young coach, and like I said, I think he's a little aggressive coach too at the same time. But I would say what I liked about him, like I said, the defensive end. You know, I mean, I seen like he believed in defense, even though he got a good offensive scheme. So my thing is, you know, once again, better defense create better offense. So I really like that about Archie.
What was, I guess, the scene like when you sat down to make the final decision? Was it just around the dinner table or what?
No, we just actually in the living room, just sitting down. You know, he had prom that afternoon, so we just kind of, you know, sit back a little bit and just got through eating breakfast, and we sit back and just talked about the whole journey, and you know, and just trying to see where we at. Talked about all three schools, and with that said, you know, me, his mother, and his sister, we kind of talk, you know, interact about the schools, you know, all three of them, and then we said, okay, Romeo, it's your time. What you think about it? And he just, broke it down and said, you know, IU. And I was, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, because like I said, the main thing I didn't want him to choose because, you know, everywhere we go, you know, IU. I didn't want him to go for no other particular reason but himself making that decision, and I feel that's what he did.
What?